In the beginning, the Demons tormented Los Angeles to the extreme.
He's got 10 seconds.
The teacher from Lebanon, Indiana, trying to win it. Hannah said, yes! Yes, it is! This place goes crazy! The game is over. It's over. The Demons upset the preseason favorite.
Tonight, the Demons descend upon the City of Angels in the final battle for the XFL's Western Division title. In the end, who will win out? Will it be heaven, or will it be hell?
From the Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum, the Western Division Championship featuring the San Francisco Demons at the Los Angeles Xtreme. XFL bragging rights now a part of these two cities' long-standing regional rivalry, as just one game separates LA and San Francisco for the division title. The Los Angeles locker room, the odds makers made them the preseason favorites, and everyone expected LA to be here. The Xtreme have not disappointed. The Demons have come on strong of late with a win last week after teetering on the verge of playoff elimination. And welcome to Los Angeles. Matt Vasgersian along with you. Both of these teams have qualified for the XFL's first postseason. This game is no less important, however, as to the winners, the chance to play at home in the first week of the playoffs next week. The losers, however, will face a much more difficult task. They'll have to play at Orlando to play in the Citrus Bowl, where the Rage are not only undefeated, they're outscoring their opponents by an average of 2 touchdowns a game. Let's talk about the home team first today. The Los Angeles Xtreme, as we welcome Jesse Ventura. The Xtreme lost last week against Memphis. This is a beatable team. They looked vulnerable last week.
Well, they're full of talent, but they're lackadaisical last week, and it showed. They got hammered in every facet of the game, and it is not to their advantage to lose 2 games in a row and try to head into those playoffs.
We just did not play together as a team. And you look at the film, and you can definitely see it.
That wasn't us at all. It wasn't the Xtreme team that had been playing the last 4 or 5 games.
You know and I know we played absolutely horrible.
Just a team that didn't show up. We need to get back to where we were going into the Las Vegas game. We were very focused, played very well.
Hey, this is a championship game. If you can't get fired up for this game, you can't get fired up for nothing. If your mind's not focused and you're playing for a division championship, you don't need to be on the field. So, hey, I think everybody's ready to play, period.
Well, Coach Al Luganbill is a pro's pro, and he's appealing to his players to reach deep down inside to play for pride, not money, that they need to win this ball game to go in on a positive note into the playoffs.
Well, Los Angeles faces a pretty good test today as they face a San Francisco Demon team that has really had to fight to get to this point. As we welcome Mike Adamley to the telecast, San Francisco's happy to be here, yes, but they're not content with just sitting on their laurels qualifying. They think they can win it all.
Yeah, they do, Matt. You know, last week's win over Las Vegas was about more than just clinching a spot in the playoffs. It set the table in their minds for bigger things to come. They win tonight. They know they can take their season back to Pac Bell Park in San Francisco, where they play in front of sellout crowds. Quarterback Mike Pawlawski, one of the team leaders, thinks his Demons have the right stuff to make it to the XFL's championship game, win it all. It all starts tonight. He takes the Carpe Diem approach, seize the moment. We've got nothing to lose.
LA's trying to defend their position right now. They're number 1 in the Western Conference, and it puts them in a position where they really stand to lose everything if they lose to us at home in front of their hometown crowd, where we stand only to gain. We're already in the playoffs. As we stand right now, we're the 2nd seed from the Western Conference. We win this game, now we get home field.
The San Francisco Demons are a reflection of their coach, Jim Skipper. He believes his greatest strength, his ability to motivate. He's convinced his team that they can handle anything. Their motto this season, no distractions, find a way to get it done. Moments ago, both coaches, Jim Skipper and Al Luginbill, underscored the importance of this game.
Better than that is what? Score more points! What are we talking about? Now listen, we're going to come out right off the get-go, guys. If we win this thing, we're getting the ball. We're going to... You got that? We're going to put heat on them right now.
So let's show up, play our A game, and let everything else take care of itself. All right? All right, let's get in here.
Let's go.
Let's go, work.
Let's go, guys.
No doubt.
Moments ago, the scramble for the ball, the chase for possession. Damon Dunn for Los Angeles, Marvin Coleman for San Francisco, and the home guy, Damon Dunn, gets all over it. San Francisco has to kick as the Los Angeles Xtreme choose to receive. Unseasonably cool on this April Saturday in Southern California. 58 degrees outside. It's windy as all heck, but that hasn't stopped Hot Tub Harry and his merry band of bikinied babes from enjoying the fine non-beach type atmosphere here today. Mike Pawlawski set to kick it to start it today. Laterio Rachal and Damon Gibson. It's Damon Gibson starting to return and losing his footing shy of the 15-yard line.
Right wing, Gray 0.
Tommy Maddox having a great season. He will be the only quarterback to pass for over 2,000 yards this year, 17 touchdown passes. He's having a great time. Some 7 years after leaving UCLA as a sophomore to go into the professional ranks, this is the most fun he's had since leaving college.
Matt, he's also the only quarterback to start every game this season in the XFL.
48!
And every down except the fourth quarter of Week 7, a game against the Raids that they lost.
The short passing game is how Maddox starts it with a completion to Damon Gibson.
Good job, good job. Here we go. Let's go, King's Harry. King's Harry, 48.
Tommy Maddox, one of the things that he looked at last week's loss in a positive way, and he's enjoyed the confidence that Al Luginbill has shown in him this year, that if he does have a back game, he can come back the week after and light things up.
It was not a typical Tommy Maddox game last week. This is a handoff to Saladin McCullough, good for 2 yards. Last week, the first two possessions that the Xtreme had resulted in Maddox picks. He's been intercepted quite a bit this year, but 2 in that game last week before they even started. Really rare considering how he's been throwing the ball of late.
Let's go, Texas X. Texas
leads
X
the league in
throws.
touchdowns with 17, also leads the XFL in interceptions with 9, but he's also thrown more passes than anybody in this league.
Go! What you got? 48! Back up! 48!
Damon Gibson, the man out of the forward motion. There's a pass and caught. Damon Dunn, the Stanford product, good for a Los Angeles first down. A gain of 15 for the Xtreme.
And I'll tell you, if Maddox could have hit him on the run right there, he'd have gone all the way, but he threw it a little high and wide to him.
And we're seeing a little bit of the defensive strategy that San Francisco is going to try to employ tonight. Their cornerbacks want to get a jam on Los Angeles' wide receivers. If they don't, things like that happen.
You don't want to miss when you're coming up to jam a wide out.
And Wendell Davis just grazed him a little bit.
The 5 wide receivers set for the pass-happy Xtreme. Maddox stumbled a bit, then finds a receiver complete to Larry Ryans, and another LA first down.
And as you can see, they come out throwing the ball first, establish the run later to set up the run.
One thing San Francisco thought they would be able to do that late Las Vegas could not 2 weeks ago, get pressure on Tommy Maddox. They said they had a sophisticated blitz package that might be able to do that. So far, Maddox has had his way with this defense.
48! 48!
On 1st and 10, here's one on the ground, Saladin McCullough. He finds a hole on the left side of the line. Big gainer for McCullough, close to another first down. Saladin McCullough is a local product who set all kinds of amateur records at Muir High School in Pasadena. Highly recruited coming out of high school. Had some troubles off the field, some troubles on the field. He was injured at the wrong place at the wrong time on the field and off of it. Lost the opportunity to play for USC, a team he'd always dreamed of playing for, and a team that plays right here in the LA Coliseum. So he's trying to reclaim a pro career through the XFL and doing a fine job.
This is why Los Angeles, Matt, so tough to defend. 2nd and 1, and most teams an obvious running down, right, Jesse? Tommy Maddox airs it out. The intermediate pass, first down, Los Angeles.
But you know, that's smart football, Mike, because even if you fail on the pass, you can come back and run on 3rd down then and hopefully get the first down.
And so far, those guys up front for San Francisco, no pressure on Tommy Maddox. They've got to bring some heat. You heard Jim Skipper talk about that in the locker room before the game. Bring the heat.
48! Money! 48!
Maddox is 4 for 4 so far today. That's a flip handoff to Saladin McCullough. And on the pitch, they get a couple of yards. A flag on the play. As Jesse mentioned, Dave Thomas came up to make the tackle for San Francisco.
Reported. Oh, I did. I announced it. Pulling me down. Oh, got you.
He's picking it up.
No flag on the play.
Wind.
Reported eligible.
It's getting a little practice session, I guess.
Never mind.
No, the heavy wind blew it out of his pocket.
And there is a heavy wind here today. Unseasonably cool and very, very windy here in Los Angeles. We'll see if that affects play. Bear in mind that the first time these two teams met, the game was decided by a field goal.
48!
That's Damon Gibson again in forward motion. Play action by Maddox, looking over the middle, incomplete. And a flag. Jermaine Copeland was the intended receiver.
I said, get that nigga off me, man. Holding on my head and stuff. That ain't legal.
On the defense, number 24. Spot foul, automatic first down.
That's the veteran Dwayne Harper.
And a lot of the offense today will be on Jermaine Copeland's shoulders because Darnell McDonald, Los Angeles' most potent receiver as far as touchdown receptions are concerned, is out this week with a slight tear in his calf muscle. They're trying to save him for the playoffs. So number 86 number is going to get called a lot, I imagine.
Go! 48! Ban it! Ban it!
Copeland gives the Los Angeles Xtreme a size advantage regardless of who's playing it for San Francisco. Here's Saladin McCullough. Just a casual touchdown run from 11 yards out, and the LA Xtreme offense is firing on all cylinders early.
I'll tell you, Jim Skipper better rally that defense because they were pathetic on that series. They didn't stop hardly a play.
An 8-yard, 85-yard drive, rather, consuming 8 plays in just over 5 minutes, and this is the net result.
5th time this season they have scored on their opening drive, and that usually spells a lot of success for this football team.
Los Angeles is at 33% in extra point conversions this year. That number will go up as Saladin McCullough bangs it in. A 7-point sequence for the high-powered LA Xtreme. No rolling blackouts, not in Southern California.
Nice job! Nice job!
The XFL on NBC.
Back in Los Angeles, the Xtreme jumping out to a 7-0 lead. Al, last week you were concerned about the intensity of your ball club. How do you feel about the intensity moving down the field and scoring on the opening drive tonight?
Well, we showed more intensity in that drive than we did a whole week ago as a whole game. So I'm excited about where we are right now. There's a long ways to go in this, baby.
Boy, it's tough not to get excited when you hear Coach Luganbill talk. I mean, he'd make a good motivational speaker when his coaching days are done.
Both these guys, Jim Skipper and Al Luganbill. Had a chance to talk with both men yesterday, and wish I was 20 years old again, Jesse.
Mulligan.
So do I, Mike.
Jose Cortez getting ready to kick off after that 85-yard scoring drive.
If you were 20, Mike, I wouldn't have to help you into the booth every week.
Yeah. That Hertz car I had today. You haven't seen that yet.
All right, now Jose Cortez has it teed up. He's got a little help from a holder on the kickoff because the winds are really blowing this afternoon here in Los Angeles. LA on top, 7-zip. Del McGee, the guy holding the kickoff for Jose Cortez. Terry Battle is there to receive on a couple of hops. Across to the 20. Nailed at the 28-yard line.
Rico Mack. Coach, I know that was not the way you game planned to start of the game. Were you surprised by the lack of pressure and the way they were ready to move down the field with relative ease?
Well, you know, that ain't the way we wanted to start the thing, and you got to give them credit. Those guys came out and they just executed, marched right down the field. So we just got to get going here. Hopefully we can get our offense here to jump starters and get us right back in this thing.
Well, guys, one would certainly expect with Mike Pawlawski back of center that the San Francisco Demons, will pass just as much as LA did, not only on this drive, but all afternoon long. Pawlawski and Maddox are 1 and 2 in attempts this year in the XFL.
The offenses is almost mirror images of one another.
These guys will run Travis Moore.
Demons will run 4 wide receivers, and at time maybe we will see 5 tonight.
Here we go.
What a story Mike Pawlawski is. He came into the season with a fusion plate in his neck. Then in the Vegas game, week 4, he took several big hits that caused some swelling in his spinal cord, resulting in tingles in his fingers. He went to Jim Skipper the following Monday and said, "Coach, I'm going to quit." He went to a doctor, got an MRI. The doctor said there was no real serious damage, no new damage. You can still play this game, and here he is today.
2 yards up the middle on the handoff to Terry Battle. Mike Pawlawski, Jesse, is absolutely tough as nails. This is a guy who's got the gene trait for cystic fibrosis. He's had his neck and his spinal cord fused. He's had pneumonia 12 times as a result of that rare gene trait. Yet he's been playing football ever since he could stand, and he's still out there some 9 years after he finished college.
Matt, you sound like a doctor.
Well, you pick up Mike Pawlawski's football stat chart, and it's almost like his medical chart. I mean, the guy has been through a lot of adversity, and he's still out there leading the XFL in a lot of passing categories.
And it should be mentioned, here's a guy who does not need this game financially. He's very bright. He's going to have a successful career in whatever he decides to do.
That's Kelvin Anderson trying to get around the right side. Good for 3 yards. Jeff Russell on the stop for L.A.
Mike Pawlawski playing for the sheer love of it and passion for football. Here we go. Meanwhile, San Francisco with a pretty impressive drive of their own right now.
A couple of LA quarterbacks watch Pawlawski do his thing. And Kelvin Anderson, nothing up the middle. Rico Mack and company are there, a loss of a couple of yards.
And Juanito, 46, Juan Long, linebacker out of Mississippi State, who we had a chance to talk to a couple of weeks ago. Another guy who loves this game.
So the LA defense holds. And on 4th down, San Francisco brings a punting unit out. There's a live ball at the 26-yard line. Mike Panasek on to punt. Damon Gibson back to return for the Extreme. Little wobbler. And a good grab by Damon Gibson. That was a live ball, and it could have been trouble for Los Angeles.
Gibson made an excellent play on that ball.
With a timeout on the field, the U.S. Army presents victories in life. Tonight we look at L.A. running back Saladin McCullough, who had some bad luck with the law early in life, but straightened himself out with the opportunity to play football. Saladin McCullough, a great example of the U.S. Army's victories in life.
And when the thing came out that, I went to jail and they let me out, no charges or nothing. It was a big misunderstanding. It wasn't no write-up that said that. It was already a write-up that said McCullough was caught in a stolen car. And that's what everybody knew. They didn't know that, it was a misunderstanding. I just try to, learn from my experience and make sure I don't go through the same thing that I went through before, and just better my opportunity that I have right now with the XFL to move on and open up other opportunities.
Well, a lot of talk and a lot of hard hitting during those first 2 sequences here in the first quarter. It's early, and there's already tempers and hostilities and spirited play, they might say, at the Pop Warner level.
Yeah, let me go, punk. Let me go, punk.
LA's Jermaine Copeland mixing it up with Greg Williams of San Francisco, and they're going to ease Jermaine because of this injury. Fred?
Damian Gibson on the sideline now. The preliminary diagnosis is a hyperextended toe. They're going to take some x-rays. No word on if he'll return to the game or not.
Take a look and see. See how it is.
Good thing Mikey's not the kicker.
But Los Angeles is already without Darnell McDonald. They can ill afford to lose another one of their high-flying receivers. That's a hand to Saladin McCullough. Establishing the run certainly would go a long way to counteracting the loss of 2 pass catchers. That's a gain of 8 for Los Angeles.
We set this up at the top of the telecast. A lot of the responsibility in this game for San Francisco winning the thing on their shoulders. Carl Hansen, just a one member of that front four for San Francisco. They have applied absolutely zero pressure on Tommy Maddox, and the result is situations like this: 2nd and 1, 3rd and 2.
Saladin McCullough again. A first down and more. There he goes around the sideline and finally knocked out of the 45.
And it's also called bad tackling. You got to set your position and go through the man, not arm tackle.
One of the things that Saladin McCullough does nicely as a running back is ability to bounce outside, but that doesn't get it. That kind of just shoving people out of bounds, wrap people up.
Somebody out there's got to maintain the control and turn the play inside.
Saladin McCullough is a guy that spent 4 of the first 5 weeks on the practice squad for Los Angeles. His contributions invaluable today.
This is his backup,
Rashaan Shehee up the middle and across to the 18-yard line. Wendell Davis had to make the stop from the cornerback position, a gain of 29.
San Francisco guessing wrong here. They bring both their backers inside to get a little pressure, but Tommy Maddox checks off at the line of scrimmage. They run the draw, and Shehee rips one off for 29 yards.
And the key to that is, of course, those linebackers are in the backfield at that point. There's nobody in the secondary to make a tackle until 29 yards later.
Go! Rashaan Shehee once again. Sheehee's out there starting today for Ken Oxendine. That's a gain of 3. And an opportunity now for Shehee to show what he can do. This is a native of Watts, Los Angeles suburb, right around the Coliseum. A tough part of town. And he's playing in front of friends and family today.
Watts is a suburb?
You know, suburb area, I don't know, whatever, a sub-community. Get off me, man. It's different here in Los Angeles than it is in Minnesota.
Go! Tough suburb.
48! 52's out here.
3rd and 3.
This drive almost exclusively on the ground until this play.
That one's incomplete. That's the first incompletion by Tommy Maddox all night.
Also the first time that they've had anybody in Tommy's face. Linebacker John Haskins, number 52 there.
And that wasn't Tommy's fault. He put the ball right where it needed to be. The tight end dropped it.
Oh, defense play right here. Let's go!
That's the Stanford product, John Haskins, checking out.
Load us on one, right? 48! 48!
3rd and 8 for Los Angeles. Maddox over the middle. He's got a receiver, Jermaine Copeland. A gain of 5, shy of the first down.
Good job, good job.
So now San Francisco playing 5-6 defensive backs and keeping the receivers in front of them so they can't make the big play, not relying on the blitz, and the result, they force Los Angeles to go for the field goal.
Jose Cortez is 19 of 23 this year, 83%. His longest a 48-yarder.
17 out of his last 18.
It's just a little chip shot for him from 29 yards away. It's a fake.
No, Prefontaine.
The punter runs it in. No, Prefontaine comes out to punt and hold for field goals. This time the fake works.
You knew something was up when they set the tight end in motion on that play on a field goal attempt.
Good job. Good job. That's what I'm talking That's what I'm talking about. 72 and 76 eligible. 72, 76.
Noel Prefontaine listed as Los Angeles' third quarterback, emergency quarterback. He was the holder. So Al Luganbill, who's a fanatic for special teams, outfoxing Jim Skipper. The touchdown, Los Angeles with a trick play.
Here's the extra point attempt now after the 10-yard run. Around the outside, Saladin McCullough, the Xtreme, are 2 for 2 in PAT conversions tonight, and they lead it big early, 14-zip.
Dwayne Harper knew he was had from the moment he left the line of scrimmage. And watch out, Luke, or Jim Skipper.
Make it feel like a genius, doesn't it? Coach Lugie's jacked. Moments ago on the San Francisco sidelines.
Hey, listen. I know one thing you can make a mental. This shit is bullshit. All right? Now let's get this shit on the road. All right? Getting the hell embarrassed the hell out of you on national TV. Come on.
All right, we have to explain some of the gaps in there because Jim Skipper had to use the dictionary, the 730 words dictionary to get his point across over there. Very forceful, peppery language on the side.
That was a George Carlin speech.
Yeah, Carlin speech, exactly. Well, Los Angeles has emptied out the playbook early. The offense firing on all cylinders. A little tomfoolery on the fake field goal would work. The 14-0 first quarter advantage. And the kick by Jose Cortez goes out of bounds.
Noel, first professional touchdown. When you took the snap and headed around the end, what did you see and what were you thinking as you saw the end zone?
First was first when we put Frank in motion. They shifted like New York did. They did the same type of play against them. They shifted with the motion. And then after I caught the ball, they took the end man. They jumped Cortez real quick. It left me a pretty big alley. And the guys did a good job blocking down.
In the middle, right? The ball. You gotta move it. The ball's right there. Go. Follow it again. Oh, reset the 25 seconds.
A sizable early hole now for Mike Pawlawski in the Demons offense.
W flat. Freeze right slot. W and low. 64 key. W flat. Oh, ready?
You know, it's worth noting, guys, the first time these two teams played one another, it was week 1 of the season, and Mike Pawlawski was 31 of 47 with 2 TDs in the San Francisco win.
The man in motion on that play, Jimmy Cunningham, was the guy who got the ball a lot to. So far, they haven't.
Let's check in with the other game in Las Vegas tonight.
Bush Beer update with Jim Ross and Dick Buckus in Las Vegas. Memphis breaking out on top. Tailback Kendrick Sanford, 2-yard touchdown run.
After a recovered fumble, Memphis moves the ball down, scores. They're up 7-0 against Las Vegas.
You know, a lot of people might say, well, that game doesn't mean anything because the playoff set picture is set and it excludes those two teams. As far as the teams, the participants, we don't know who's going to win the division or not in the West. Those two teams in action in Las Vegas are out, but hey, there's some money on the line down there. So those guys are playing for some dough.
Los Angeles defense doing what San Francisco is not, and that's stepping up big.
Well, both sides of the ball is excellent for Los Angeles right now.
Gun!
Time ticking down on the first quarter. It has been all Xtreme.
White 90! Hard! White 90, son!
As Jimmy the Jet Cunningham in motion again. Here's Pawlawski rolling and dumping it off to Terry Battle out of the backfield with some room to run very close to a first down. Rico Mack and Jeff Russell, a couple of linebackers combined on the stop, a gain of 9.
They're a little bit short. Now what do you do here, Mike? Do you take a chance? Or do you punt it and give it back to that potent LA offense?
How far is it?
Well, they've taken a timeout just to probably muse over the possibility.
All right, let's go dial it up, man. We got a jump start.
An extremely tough start for San Francisco tonight.
Just get us jump started. Go ahead. Let's go.
Jim Skipper called a timeout so San Francisco could talk about whether or not they were going to go for it on 4th down. They've decided they are going to go for it, and kind of an unusual call with 21 seconds left in the quarter. This is an important one, though.
Before they do, Matt, I think they're going to let Mike Pawlawski try to draw Los Angeles off sides, and if not, he's going to wedge the football. Quarterback sneak.
They've had good success on conversions like this one. He bangs it ahead himself, and Pawlawski's good for the first down.
What's up, Mike?
You know, Jim Skipper told us that
We done jumpstart this shit. We better get rolling.
the first time these two teams played one another, San Francisco won the time of possession battle, and that was key as it was decided on a last-second field goal. However, both coaches also told us, you know, that was week 1. We got completely different teams on the field here in week 10. First quarter has been decidedly Los Angeles. The running game good for almost 100 yards in 15 minutes. They laid out the playbook.
Let me go.
They're talking a big game, and they're backing it up every step. End of the first quarter. Los Angeles on top. You're watching the XFL on NBC.
Embarrass the hell out of you on national TV.
Back for the start of the second quarter. San Francisco starting the quarter on the Los Angeles 49. Here's Pawlawski with a shovel pass to Terry Battle. No love there. A gain of 2 at the best. Ramondo Stallings, Reggie Durden and company were there on the tackle. Rico Mack also representing L.A.
All over the field tonight, and he's got a big role tonight because one of their linebackers, their best linebackers, Sean Stuckey, out this evening.
Go to your side. Go right.
White 90. White 90.
Four receivers set Terry Battle out of the backfield. That's where the pass goes. He breaks a tackle and has a first down. Battle down to the 28-yard line of Los Angeles. A gain of 20 yards on the play.
Man, that's one of the things that San Francisco anticipated that they would be able to do against this Los Angeles defense is run patterns underneath the coverage, and that's exactly what Terry Battle did that time.
Well, if they push one in the end zone here, they're right back in the football game.
Terry, see on that screen, it was the same thing.
Second. Green right, second. Red.
Make no mistake, these two teams like to pass. They are last and next to last in rushing this year.
Go!
And among the top 2 in passing. Pawlawski looking into the corner. That one's picked off. Did he stay in bounds? Lon Carpenter cut in front of James Hunden. And yes, he did. Carpenter's first pick of the season.
Just call this a little help to my friends, a little cover 2. He never sees Ron Carpenter, Mike Pawlawski, and you get the interception. Del McGee's not all alone. There's Carpenter to provide the help and the interception. 5th interception this season thrown by Mike Pawlawski.
One-foot in bounds rule applies on the pick as well. Guy with the tinfoil face is here, thank God. Play action to McCullough. Now Maddox looking to go big, and he's got a receiver, Damon Dunn. First down, L.A. There are so many receivers on this L.A. roster that finding an active roster and a practice squad is really a tough task every week.
Okay.
And keep in mind that the LA Xtreme doing it tonight without their best receiver, Darnell McDonald.
Tommy Maddox has said this is the best receiving corps that he's played with anywhere, including UCLA, including Denver.
Mike, I know things are not going well on either side of the ball right now, but that one, it looked like a pretty easy coverage, but somehow you blew that one, huh?
Just a bad play on my part. You know, I was going to throw it away. I saw him pop open. I tried to force it in there. Just stupid.
Are you guys too relaxed out there right now, you think?
I don't think we're too relaxed. We just need to get after it, do our thing.
Second and 13 now. Tommy Maddox been all smiles tonight so far.
48.
Play action to McCullough. Looking downfield. No completion. Looking for Copeland. Good coverage by Kevin Case-Bahar.
I'll tell you what, that was a heck of a throw by Tommy Maddox. Those deep out patterns, especially with the gusty winds down on the field. Boom, it's right there. And Jermaine doing a great job of coming back for the football. Might have even been a little pass interference, Jesse, grabbing his arm like that.
Well, Copeland then looked like a cheap lawyer trying to sell his case to the officials on the sidelines.
Los Angeles spends their first time out of the half. LA driving again. We're going to duck away. We'll be right back. Hot Tub Harry in the house.
48.
Chill, Hot Tub Harry.
48.
Still the second quarter, bro. Third and 13 for Los Angeles. And Maddox wants it all. Little contact and a flag. Looking for Damon Dunn. Lee Cole had the coverage. Jesse, you were moaning like that was incidental. What do you think?
Well, you know, that was a close call, and especially on a 3rd and 13 to get LA positioned like that. Here you see the replay. I don't throw a flag on that.
Incidental contact all the way.
Not only that, I don't think he could have caught it no matter what. I question that call.
48.
Everything's going LA's way so far in the first half.
48.
Second penalty of the half on the Demons. That little out pass, he's dropped. Looking for Laterio Rashaan. Hey, stay with us at halftime tonight here on NBC. We're going to get you interactive and get fans involved in the telecast. Coming up at half, XFL.com's fan picks will show you the nominees for the hit of the year, and they're all gruesome. Players of the year and our all-access voyeuristic I See You moment.
Are the players gruesome too, man?
The players are gruesome. The hits are gruesome.
48.
Fans are gruesome. Broadcasters
are gruesome.
Hand off to Saladin McCullough. Stutter step, and he gets it around the outside. A first down and more. Dragged out at the 26. Greg Williams finally corralled him. A gain of 19.
These are the kind of games that Saladin McCullough dreamed about having here at the Coliseum. He was hoping to be that next great Southern California tailback.
72 yards rushing for McCullough so far, and we're only halfway through this, not even close to halfway through the second quarter.
Man, I think my little...
Saladin McCullough by himself has already outrushed the entire LA team from the first meeting between Los Angeles and San Francisco. This is Rashaan Shehee activated this week from that suburb.
And let's give credit to the LA offensive line. They're doing a great job. They're protecting Tommy Maddox. They're opening up the holes for the running game. They're dominating it right in the pit.
Chris Breimer, Jerry Krause, Jonathan Heimbach, Bobby Singh.
Let's go!
They blame themselves for last week's loss to the Memphis Maniacs.
The Los Angeles offensive line has surrendered the least sacks in the XFL. It's a good unit indeed. Laterio Rashaan in forward motion. Hand to Rashaan Shehee, whose name in Swahili translates into Silent Warrior, from the suburb of Watts. Memphis has taken a 10-0 lead in Las Vegas.
Let's go Kings X. Rocket 1 on 1, right?
Last chance for those teams to earn bonus money this season, as they have been eliminated from the postseason race.
And that surprises me early on. I'd have never picked Las Vegas to finish last in the division.
48.
Damon Dunn out of forward motion. Maddox looks for him. Dunn it tripped, and it's incomplete.
You know, and Maddox got away with one there. He's lucky he threw a bad pass, because had that been a good pass, that would have been a touchdown the other way.
Meanwhile, Jermaine Copeland, number 86. Watch this.
Tommy! I'm D!
So So now it's a 36-yard field goal attempt by Jose Cortez.
Will they kick it?
They lined up once, ran the fake, and scored a touchdown. The plain old field goal attempt is no good.
They should have faked it again.
Rare miss for that young man.
Oh, what do you got on the field? That's all.
Los Angeles driving the ball at will. San Francisco needs to step it up.
41's on.
Big Chris Breimer and the rest of the Los Angeles offensive line. They've been winning the battle in the trenches so far tonight. And that total yardage graphic tells you everything you need to know. Los Angeles Xtreme are last in the XFL in rushing. Yet they've already rushed for 121 yards today. That's a big part of the story. Now with San Francisco on offense, they're second to last in the XFL in rushing. And Terry Battle gets nowhere on the ground, a gain of maybe a yard.
There you go, gun. D, gun, doubles left, Z run, 51 OG HBO. Oh, ready?
Here's Pawlawski out of the shotgun now. James Hunden in forward motion. And Pawlawski can't get out of the way. Tried to stay in the pocket as long as he could, but Chad Pegues is the guy that knocked him down.
You know, Matt, football is a very simple game, and it's been said so many times it's a cliche, but Los Angeles not doing anything fancy up there. Their front four is beating San Francisco's offensive linemen, plain and simple. Great coverage back there by the defensive backs, but the guys up front for LA get the job done.
And LA's second in the league in total sacks with 26, which is now 27.
Go!
There's a big third down attempt for Pawlawski and the Demons. Once again out of the shotgun. Look out for Jamal Duff. He misses him. Oh, my goodness. Cue that one up. Ron Carpenter laying out Jimmy the Jet Cunningham. And, guys, we might have a new candidate for the hit of the year.
Tell you what, Jimmy's going to go back to that huddle, and don't do me that way again, Mike. Way too much air underneath that football.
Mike Panasek on to punt. They almost get to him. It's a short kick. Damon Gibson lets it bounce, and it bounces out of bounds at the 40-yard line.
Boy, as impressive as the Los Angeles offense has been under Tommy Maddox, the LA defense, they're equal.
Go out of bounds? What do we got? Kick out of bounds?
Yeah.
48!
LA takes over at their own 49-yard line. Damon Gibson, the man, in a forward motion, and the pass is incomplete.
Yes! He'd be up, he'd be over your back.
I'm playing combo on the backside.
It's ice. Yeah, got it? Go with the call, Ron. Go with the call. It's a right call. He should be up with you. My box.
So you'll be up. You'll be down. No, okay.
You'll be back.
I got it.
Talking to Ron Carpenter in the defensive backfield on the LA sideline.
Timeout.
Hey, what's wrong? Hey, Mark. What is wrong?
We got beat there. Ellen, I don't know.
We got beat on a hit.
David Dunn's coming out.
Yeah.
He's still going to have. Hey, does he want to give him a stutter go on this?
Hey, we're going to go 142 post.
Does he want to give him a stutter go and on the 142 or run the comeback?
We'll run the comeback. 2nd and 10.
We're going to run 142 posts. I need to be on that side. Don't you think?
But he's going to have.
He's running against 32, though.
Yeah, hold on.
Might be worth it, huh?
What are you saying?
What do you think? I think he's going to have to get his depth. I don't think he wants to run a hitch and go.
No, I think he's going to run like a stutter comeback.
A stutter go?
Comeback? Yeah.
Like a stutter go.
Stutter go, but at a comeback depth.
He's got a shot.
Talking about Gibby on stutter go, like we just talked about on 142. You ready?
Hey, watch the safety.
Interesting dynamic on the sidelines between Tommy Maddox and Scott Milanovic.
142 post on one, right?
Milanovic, the backup quarterback here. He was the #1 pick in the XFL draft, and he's not a starter.
And a starter for everybody else in this league if he played for him. Keep your eyes on number 81, Damon Gibson, the man in motion here. They're going to try to isolate him against number 32.
Up top, there's Gibson. The long bomb, just a bit too long and incomplete.
Boy, they had the right play call. They think they can take advantage of San Francisco's aggressive safeties, who might be better run stoppers than they are pass defenders.
48.
This time working against Greg Williams, number 36.
Gibson flying down the sidelines. Maddox just overthrown him by about a yard.
And this is why this high motion is so good for Los Angeles. It's the only team that really does it well. It's almost impossible for a defender to get a jam on the receiver.
3rd and 10 now. Tommy Maddox is 0 for his last 5. A 5-receiver set on 3rd down, and that one's incomplete.
And finally, the San Francisco defense holds.
You better not call one on him for that.
Tommy Maddox making a claim for a late hit there.
Well, Tommy's never been shy about letting his feelings be known on the field.
Now bring out Noel Prefontaine. He of the 10-yard fake touchdown. Leads the XFL in yards per punt. Jimmy Cunningham back to receive for San Francisco. It's a live ball at the 26-yard line. Oh, and Jimmy the Jet can't hang on to it. A flag on the play.
That's cool. That's cool. That's cool. Okay. I thought I'd hold it up a little. You know what?
Violation of the 5-yard radius. Number 10, 5-yard.
Right into the danger zone.
Hey,
Kenny Loggins lyrics
why don't we
now.
get the ball on the 50-yard line? I mean, I'm all for winging it.
Los Angeles on top of San Francisco by a couple of touchdowns. Their offense strong in the first quarter. Doesn't look like the same unit here in quarter number 2. This is Terry Battle on the ground trying to establish a San Francisco running game. A first down for the Demons. Lamont Evans knocked Terry Battle out of bounds after a gain of 19.
Terry Battle, a running back, a Jim Skipper, really was thinking about cutting earlier in the year, and then decided that when Terry got his mind together that he wanted to play, that he had the talent to do that.
Terry Battle was the offensive player of the week in week 3 of the XFL season.
We got a balloon on the field. There, it's gone now.
Brian Roberson.
That didn't set well with the fans here.
Get the balloon off the field. Only in LA, right? There's always a beach ball at an LA sporting event. And some guy wearing white patent leather shoes drinking a Bloody Mary and eating sushi.
Go! White 90! White 90!
Pawlawski with time to throw it this time. Gets it away to Jimmy the Jet Cunningham, but the officials say it wasn't trapped. They mark it right there at the 42. A gain of 15 yards. Now, moments ago, Saladin McCullough of the LA Xtreme was taken off the field. This is live in the LA locker room.
I guess that hamstring not that bad after all if he can manage a smile.
Come on, Sally.
Yeah, exactly. Keep that camera right there. That's it.
Taking a measure for the first down now.
First down.
First down is in check for San Francisco.
Bass. So it's going to be underneath, fake. 7 Ocean, Bass right. Oh, ready?
Pawlawski so far 6 for 8 with 51 yards.
90.
4:05 and counting here in the first half. Pawlawski with plenty of room has to look out for Dave Ritchie. A flag on the play. Let's check in again in Las Vegas, get an update from Memphis and the Outlaws.
Our Bush Beer update here in Las Vegas. Jim Ross and Dan Hampton here. And Memphis scoring on a 5-yard touchdown pass from Druckenmiller to Jordan.
Jim Druckenmiller getting away from the blitz, finds Jordan. Good enough for a touchdown and a 16-0 lead.
Well, Memphis too little, too late, huh? The big win last week against Los Angeles, and they're coming up big against Vegas today.
Las Vegas, perhaps, though, deflated after being knocked out of the playoffs a week ago.
But why would you do that when it means doubling almost 50% of your salary?
Pawlawski spun around once, and the pass to Brian Roberson is incomplete.
I couldn't find it.
You don't think that not everyone's motivated by money, do you?
No, I don't think that.
Change left, 69 jet, backside Tampa, almost ready? Gun, Mike, gun. Yeah, yeah. Go!
Wide, 90.
Pawlawski out of the shotgun now. Downfield and complete. Travis Moore makes the grab.
You know, the book on Mike Pawlawski, he's got a great feel for the underneath passing game. But when a quarterback on the roll, rolling out, can throw a deep out like that, that's pretty special.
A first down for San Francisco. Travis Moore led San Francisco in receptions last week. This is a guy that didn't play a whole lot through 6 weeks of the season.
And let's remember, last time the Demons were down here, they turned the ball over on an interception.
Stands is the only turnover of the game so far. Pawlawski just gets the pass off before getting creamed. Pass incomplete as Ramondo Stallings got to him. Well, here are some possible playoff scenarios next Saturday on NBC. If Los Angeles wins, we'll show you San Francisco at Orlando, the top seed in the East. If the Demons come back to win here tonight, it'll be either New York or Chicago at San Francisco at the Hellhole in Pac-Bell Park. A lot to be determined as a result of tonight's game. That pass is incomplete, intended for Roberson.
And we've got a difference of opinion down on the field.
Hey, all you got to do is let go, I tell you. Let go.
Jimmy Cunningham not backing down from 6'7" Jamal Duff.
You know, that's a reason, one of them at least, why Jimmy the Jet wears his equipment.
At 165 pounds on game day, I got to wear all my pads. Because when them dudes try to bring the funk, I don't want to feel none of it.
They try to bring the funk,
so I got to wear my junk.
Pawlawski's pass incomplete. Intended for James Hunden. Polish rifle a little frustrated.
Timeout.
Well, they're taking their time. They got to make a decision here. Do they try a long field goal or do they go for it on 4th and 10?
Los Angeles has been playing almost exclusively man under, cover 2, almost a prevent defense kind of thing. Pawlawski's got to start finding those seams.
Yeah, Joe. You all right with that? Okay. All right, here we go.
Okay. Tell those guys if they get pressed, stay on the out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Tell them stay on the out.
Okay.
Hold us out, okay?
Okay.
Tell those girls, tell Jim.
Now San Francisco expends their second timeout of the half.
Hey, tell them they got to go to 12 yards. You got to get the sticks.
Okay, I got you.
You got to fight. Come on.
Right.
Here we go.
Thumbnail sketch on Mike Pawlawski's day so far.
Or actually what Los Angeles defense their day on against Mike Pawlawski. A lot of pressure in this man's face. Something that the San Francisco defense hasn't been able to do to Tommy Maddox.
Again, a reminder to stay with us at halftime. A chance for you to see our candidates for XFL Player of the Year on the defensive and offensive side of the ball.
Go Jet. Oh, no, we're going to go Pilot. We're going to go Pilot.
Chance for you to vote on the hit of the year as well. Good stuff coming up at halftime tonight.
Over rubber.
A little blood on the saddle there for Dave Ritchie. Out of the shotgun on 4th and 10. James Hunden in forward motion. A big 4th down try for San Francisco, and not even close.
Who the heck was he throwing to on that? There wasn't a receiver within 20 yards of that ball.
Mike Pawlawski knew who he was throwing to. I think Jamie Hunden might have missed.
You know, there's no excuse for that, Mike, coming out of a timeout.
And also after 10 weeks in the season.
Boy, if looks could kill, Mike Pawlawski shooting some looks over at his intended receiver. That was just a flat, botched play. And Los Angeles takes over at their own 29. Little pass to Damon Gibson is complete. A gain of 9 on the play as we get to the 2-minute warning. Again, stay with us at halftime. A chance for you to vote on the hit of the year, players of the year, and our XFL all-access moment. You go to XFL.com, and if you've got the equipment, you can look at the video yourself over and over and over again to make sure you make the right choice.
I think once enough, once you see some of those hits.
One word, carnage.
Yeah, kind of play in Delta, He said, money! 48 tonight.
Los Angeles trying to get it in the end zone one more time before half. Handoff to Rashaan Shehee, dropped for a loss.
All right, yeah, I just told him that, All right,
Everybody thinks he's talking to his defensive coordinator. He's not.
Talking to his girl? Thought so.
Yeah, I knew he was going to call that, too. Y'all are on the field, you know. Y'all are on the field.
There's Scott Milanovic. They're trying to call him Coach Milo around here in Los Angeles.
48!
A valuable guy on the sidelines. Little pass to Rashaan Shehee. Dragged down from behind by Aubrey Battle. A gain of a yard.
And going back to Milanovic, Jesse, you brought this up. Maybe the best move that Al Luganville made this year as far as personnel is drafting this guy, keeping him away from everybody else.
Absolutely. He's got probably the second best quarterback in the league who can't play for anyone else.
And it's got to be a bit frustrating.
He can't make a play with the ball in his hand. It's like watching fucking paint dry.
Or grass grow. Death blow, Jamal Duff, and one of the luxuries that Los Angeles has tonight is their defensive front has been applying so much pressure on Mike Pawlawski. They haven't had to blitz. They've allowed their 7 defensive backs or 6 DBs and 1 linebacker just to get in the business of coverage.
59 seconds and counting here in the first half.
49 tonight.
Tommy Maddox taking advantage of every moment on the play clock, play action. Scrambling and throwing incomplete. He was trying to get it out to Damon Gibson, who was covered well by the veteran Dwayne Harper.
That isn't Tommy Maddox's strong point, rolling out and running and throwing on the run. He's a much better pocket passer.
A rhythm pather, a guy with 3-step drops, 5-step drops, bang, release it.
Let's go,
intermediate, short passes.
60 Hawaii on 1, right? Come back.
Hawaii, that means it's a pass, Mike. Get ready for the Kona out.
Yo,
the Waikiki twist.
48.
Maddox has completed just 2 of his last 9 after the great start. Steps up in the pocket. That one's complete. Jermaine Copeland, a gain of 10 and a first down for L.A. Copeland tells you about it himself.
Deuce.
You know, that kind of amateur theatric is why this guy's a marked man in this league.
Everybody wants a piece of Jermaine Copeland, that's for sure.
But he catches it like a pro, Matt.
Maddox over the middle. There's Copeland again. Another first down for L.A. A gain of 15. Los Angeles has 1 timeout left in the half.
And they're not using them because the clock stops while they move the chains, and then he's calling audibles.
Go!
Copeland with 4 receptions, make it 5 tonight. Adding to his league-leading total, a gain of 7 there. And L.A. spends its final time out of the first half.
Oh, the end zone. Tommy, I want 1 throw into the end zone, okay? Get it into the end zone or throw it away if it's not there, but I don't want that ball in the field. What do you like? Where are we? 22.
1 play to go to the end zone.
21 yards.
Let's do this. Let's go. Quad C.
They were pressed backside on him.
Did they not go over the top?
Well, they played like a 4 all the way over here.
No.
All right, okay. We got to get in the end zone. He doesn't like it. Neither does Coach Luke. He wants one throw.
We need to go bunch.
Okay.
Georgia.
All right,
bunch Georgia.
Bunch Georgia. And give me the.
That's good. Thunder would not be. 21-yard.
Here we go. Let's go bunch. Let's go 61 Georgia on 1, right? Get open if he presses you.
All the wide receivers will run their routes to make sure they're in the end zone. One shot at the touchdown.
48. 48.
This will be the 8th play of the drive. Copeland got a head start. They're looking for it.
Oh, he's short.
Complete over the middle. That's not what Coach Luganville wanted. They don't have any timeouts left.
Spike it, he's yelling, spike it.
We're going to decline it. On the ball.
Flag on the play.
How lucky was that for Los Angeles?
On the ball. Clock.
On the defense, number 38. The penalties declined. First down.
Here we go.
The flag stopped the clock. A huge break for L.A. They've got a chance to spike it with 5 seconds left. Not how Coach Luganville drew it up, but it just might work out for him after all.
And listen to the fans here in L.A. They're not happy. They want to see a touchdown. They don't want to see a field goal.
Well, you know, without that penalty, they would have got nothing out of that drive.
They're lucky they just got 3. Assuming that Jose Cortez can put this through the uprights.
Cortez missed his last attempt. That ended a stretch of 9 consecutive conversions.
They're pulling a Rusty Tillman on us here.
This one will be from 19. Timeout by the Demons. Their final timeout of the half.
Tommy, in this first half, you moved the ball well early, then ran into some trouble and moved it well now. What have you seen in the San Francisco defense?
Well, even when we ran into trouble, we were moving the ball. We were running into trouble in our red zone. So we just had one series where we took some shots and we got back to what we were doing there. So, you know, we just need to get some points here and go into the halftime, come out second half.
Did you want to go for it here?
No, we're up 14-0. Why would you want to go for it? You put 17 points on the board, makes it 3 scores.
Well, you got a lot of coaches sitting in the stands that didn't care to hear Tommy say that. They want to see touchdowns,
they came
not
here
field
to get
goals.
entertained, right? Forget conventional wisdom.
Again from 19. And Jose Cortez is good. Los Angeles rolls a blackout.
The way we see it right now, you've got 2 dilemmas. One, you're not getting a whole lot of protection. 2, there seems to be a little bit of a communication problem with you and the receivers on the last 2 sets.
Yeah, there's definitely a communication problem. Mistakes will kill you in this game, and we're making plenty of them right now. We need to shore that up and come back and do something better in the second half.
Well, Well, Los Angeles ended the half just as strong as they began it. A chance for you to vote on players and plays of the year on our halftime coverage. First to break after you hear from your local NBC stations. Ready for the second half kickoff. Los Angeles on top, 17-zip. They started out with a bang, scoring 14 early points. They tacked on the field goal just before halftime and have a healthy cushion to work with here in the second half. Again, a lot on the line here tonight. The winner this evening wins the division and starts the playoffs at home next week. Here's Terry Battle.
And it's not so much the loser has to go on the road, but they have to go on the road to Orlando, and that's where everybody wants to stay away from.
Our Miller Genuine Draft halftime stats more or less dominated by Los Angeles, especially in passing and rushing, the two most vital stats in moving the football. It was all LA in the first.
Well, somehow, some way, San Francisco's going to have to figure out a way to block that front four for Los Angeles.
I step, and it just buckled.
Larry Ryans is the injured player down. Yet another receiver that goes down tonight.
Larry Ryans just came off the IR.
Larry Ryans being escorted off the field after losing his footing on the kickoff play.
I fell the first time. Really? I mean the exact same thing. When I went to play, it just, you know what I'm saying?
You want to get on the table?
Jeff.
Los Angeles perhaps without one of its receiving weapons in the second half. That remains to be seen. Here's San Francisco starting their first drive of the second half. Terry Battle up ahead for 5 on the ground.
Hit the hole!
Motion to bunch right, 35 banjo. Oh, ready?
San Francisco, guys, just does not have the kind of rushing attack that will let them sit back on their laurels. And Mike Pawlawski was only 7 of 14 with an interception in the first half. Got to find the passing game here in the second half. That one's complete. James Hunden makes the grab and a first down for San Francisco.
And that's just fine, but Los Angeles is content to allow the San Francisco receivers not to get behind them, cut in front of us. That's just fine. We'll make the tackles and allow no big plays. And I don't think San Francisco can afford. They got to take a couple of shots, throw the ball downfield.
Hunden was actually the second choice on that pass pattern.
Orange 90.
James Hunden was the guy featured on the cover of Sports Illustrated, previewing the XFL some couple of months ago. That pass attempt is knocked down at the line of scrimmage. Jamal Duff and Matt Kenley were there. The USC product Kenley, the man that knocked it down.
And of course, that's what you tell defensive linemen. If you can't get to the quarterback, get your arms up in the air.
Money, go! Lucy. Blue 90. Lucy. Blue 90.
Pawlawski's just one of his last 6 in the air. That one was right in the breadbasket of Terry Battle, but it was dropped.
Number 90, Dave Ritchie for the Los Angeles Xtreme, being held here. That was good line play by Scott Adams. Scott, I'm sorry, I apologize. Great block.
Pawlawski out of the shotgun now. Pass complete. Ryan Roberson, the Fresno State product. That's good for 12 yards and a San Francisco first down.
And this is a critical drive right now for San Francisco to get back in the game. They're moving the ball.
Blue 90. Blue 90. Touch.
Ryan Roberson, the nephew of head coach Jim Skipper, trying to play a factor in today's ball game. That's Terry Battle taken down by Ron Carpenter after a gain of 4.
Dave Ritchie, when he's not playing football. Get to that story in a second.
Kelvin Anderson, who just checked into the ballgame, fumbles the football. Los Angeles looks like they've recovered. Coach Loogie hawking one and clapping it up on the LA sideline. LA ball.
Is Dave Ritchie at the bottom of that pile there, making things happen?
Let's go, D.
LA's defense leads the XFL with 21 takeaways. They've just added another one. Let's see if this is down by contact. Ooh, that was close.
Chad Pegues causes the fumble, and watch Dave Ritchie. He thinks he's out of the play. Wait a minute, it's live. Hey, Mom, look what I found there. When he's not playing football, he owns the Xtreme Excavating Company. He excavated that ball from out of the ground. 17-0 Xtreme.
Go!
Los Angeles taking over at their own 49. First and 10 for Tommy Maddox and company. Handoff up the middle of Rashaan Shehee for 3 yards.
Right here, baby. Let's go, D. Let's go.
Saladin McCullough, who had such great success in the first half of the Xtreme, out with a hamstring pull, so any job they get done in the backfield will be done by the truth. Rashaan Shehee.
Let's go, baby. Go! 48!
Well, they rely on the pass anyway, so
48!
I don't think they'll feel it that bad, Mike.
3-step drop and a completion to Jermaine Copeland, his 6th grab of the night. Good for 10 yards and a Los Angeles first down. Jermaine Copeland just keeps catching passes.
You had it?
Up to 64 grabs. Hey, Jason Sehorn is here today.
Maybe he could cover Jermaine.
Nice. That's all good. You guys got D back together again.
Former scourge of the Trojan secondary when he played here in the Coliseum.
48.
Scourge.
48.
Best scourge. I still think that Watts is a suburb. This is Shehee again up the middle.
New York Giant defensive back Jason Sehorn. Jason, nice to see you.
Nice to see you.
How do you feel about the XFL, the quality of play?
Entertainment. I mean, these guys get a chance to play football, continue to try and get better and get a shot at the NFL.
Now, you're going to be a master thespian very soon, appearing at NBC's Third Watch. What role will you be playing, please?
A fireman, and it's more comedic relief than anything.
All right, beat it, Sehorn. Don't come back unless you bring your wife next time. And to Rashaan Shehee trying to get around the end. Nothing over there as Greg Williams came up in the safety spot to knock him down, a gain of maybe 2.
And now the clock comes very much into play for Los Angeles with a 17-0 lead. Ball control becomes the main theme. Eat as much clock as they possibly can.
And you hate to say it because it's so early in the third quarter, but the clock's starting to become a factor for San Francisco. They got to get something going as Jim Skipper's hollering down there.
Take a look at how the LA offense has come alive compared to last week when they scored just 12 points. This is a team that was averaging over 30 a game. They have come alive tonight. That last week, it has been proven, guys, in the first half was just a bump in the road.
I'm injury free. I'm injury free, pump.
LA today, 278 total yards and a great balance.
Well, Luganville this week, he refused to show him last week's tape of the loss to the Maniacs, and instead he appealed to their sense of pride, their sense of professionalism.
48. 48.
Short yardage down now on second down. This is Shehee again. But first down to the 10-yard line. Gain of 9.
Well, you hate to make a shift to the San Francisco offense, but you think we might see Pat Barnes here at any point in time?
That's a possibility. You're not getting it done with your number one guy. He comes in. They don't lose all that much with Pat Barnes in the lineup. Maybe a little bit of leadership.
Shoulder joint a little bit, sublux a little bit.
Right.
Take your choice of former Cal Bears at quarterback for San Francisco. Play action by Maddox.
Look out!
He gets the pass off. Touchdown, LA! Jermaine
go back to something you said at the top of this telecast, Jesse. One of the most impressive things about Tommy Maddox and the things he's done this year, the only quarterback in the XFL to start all 10 regular season games despite shots like this. And you talk about stepping up to the plate, Jermaine Copeland.
And the thing I liked about Tommy is he didn't hear those footsteps coming. He delivered the football. Oh, is that easy?
And they've converted on all 3 of their touchdowns tonight. Kevin Casebahar made the move to knock it away, but Maddox threads the needle.
Right where the ball needed to be thrown. And he heard the footsteps, Jesse. He just shrugged them off. He knew he was going to get hit.
The LA offense is big on top 24-zip. Now the LA Xtreme handing the Demons a real San Francisco treat here at the Coliseum tonight on top 24-zip. As Jose Cortez gets ready to kick it away with 8:11 left here in the third quarter.
They're feeding him rice-a-roni, Matt.
Terry Battle takes the kick across the 20 to the 25. And finally brought down at the 35
And a late flag coming in. 2 late flags.
It's done. It's done, Otis.
Tommy, up 24-0 here in the third quarter. Are you done for the day? Do you want to continue to play?
Well, you always want to play, but, we'll see how this series goes. I might be done for the day, but you always want to play. You always want to be out there.
Oh, with the playoffs coming now, you have to be careful.
Well, no question. I don't want anybody to get hurt. So, but we still got to win this game. This game's not over.
You notice how Tommy's Texas accent gets thicker the better he goes on the field? You're talking about a guy, Tommy Maddox, who was involved in the insurance business a couple of years ago. He was done with football. He had made his peace with football as a professional. He was done. He has fallen in love with the game again as a result of this great season in the XFL.
The guy played it well.
Mike Pawlawski still in there at quarterback for San Francisco. Demons just can't get it going offensively so far. That pass is complete to Brian Roberson. Eric Herron on the tackle for Los Angeles.
The man they need to get involved in this offense, the real difference maker, number 15, Jimmy Cunningham. So far, Pawlawski has hit him just once, I believe.
And San Francisco's going up to a hurry-up offense already this early in the third. They're going without a huddle.
That's Del McGee, the left cornerback for the Los Angeles Xtreme. An update from Las Vegas. The Outlaws are on the scoreboard, but the Maniacs lead it at halftime, 16-3 Memphis. Del McGee's okay to leave under his own power. That defensive backfield just got healthy for Los Angeles. They don't want to lose anybody else back there. They've already lost a couple of receivers tonight.
Haven't heard from this man too much, Lamont Evans. He is the big hit specialist for the Los Angeles Xtreme.
Hey, Delta, Delta. Get him.
Orange 90.
His drive started on the Los Angeles 48, the first San Francisco drive that has started in opposing territory. Little screen pass complete to Terry Battle over the middle. Matt Kenley makes the tackle from the defensive line. A gain of 7.
Yeah, that was all hustle on Matt's part.
Speed up. Money, go.
San Francisco already into the hurry-up offense with 6:45 and counting left in the third. Pawlawski gets it away quickly. Did they rule that a catch? Travis Moore was the receiver on the play, and they say, yeah, he brought it down.
A contact while his knee was on the ground, so he couldn't get up and run. They gained about a foot.
So they'll mark it at the 29.5. A couple of yards short of the first down. They try to run for it. Nothing there as Kelvin Anderson is stopped cold.
What is it?
We need about a yard. Just bonsai and wedge it. Yeah, just bonsai and wedge it. Geronimo.
Oh, Geronimo! No-brainer for Jim Skipper.
Go!
Bonsai. And it looks like San Francisco has enough for the first down.
One of the things Jim Skipper's crew was successful at last week in clinching that playoff spot against Las Vegas, and their defense was being patient on offense, move the ball with the short stuff. They're running out of time to be able to do that here with Los Angeles.
I love watching Louisville. Down goes Pawlawski. Matt Kenley, Chad Pegues, and friends in on the sack.
Second sack of the night for the Xtreme defensive line.
There may be no more animated coach in the XFL than Loogie. He really gets involved.
He really does. The John Cheney of the XFL. Out of the shotgun, here's Pawlawski. Screen pass to Terry Battle. Gonna put a move on a defender.
Great play.
Del McGee, the guy that was hurt a couple plays ago, comes back to drop him for a loss of 2 yards.
Their defensive backs have done a terrific job tonight.
You know what else I love about Lugan, Bill? One of the most soft-spoken, easiest-going guys when the game isn't on. And yet, the light comes on the minute that kickoff goes.
It's easy. Solid. Go! White 90.
Third and long now for San Francisco. A big one to try and convert James Hunden, the man out of the forward blast. Pawlawski looks his way over the middle. Oh, dropped! Travis Moore had himself the San Francisco first down, but couldn't hang on.
You gotta make plays, and San Francisco is not making plays.
White 90.
Ball thrown slightly behind him.
No excuse for that.
You gotta make that catch.
You gotta make that catch.
That's what they call the Rick Garvin catch.
Doubles right, lefty up.
Hands of stone.
Mano di Piedra.
He needed some of that Lester Hayes sticker.
Pawlawski had completed 5 consecutive passes before the drop. Buys himself some time, tries to get out of the way, and dumps it off to Terry Battle, who picks up a huge block before being tackled by Dave Ritchie. But Travis Moore gave him a great block. San Francisco trying to drive to stay alive in LA. We'll be right back.
And a look at Travis Moore, who just may have turned in our XFL hit of the week, number 81.
Definitely the block of the week.
Bought Terry Battle an extra 3 yards on this all-important San Francisco drive.
But it wasn't
just
enough.
Wrapped itself up.
It's LA's ball. That was 4th and long.
And Scott Milanovic takes over at quarterback for Los Angeles. Milo starts it with a handoff to Rashaan Shehee. Well, we talked about him a little bit earlier. Scott Milanovic was the first draft pick ever in the history of the XFL. LA Xtreme made him the #1 pick. Then they took Tommy Maddox. He was a regional pick. There was a great quarterback battle during training camp between these two guys. They're best of friends, by the way, and roomed together during minicamp before the season. It was Maddox that won the starting job, and I don't think even Milo could argue with that. Tommy's had a great
44.
year.
44.
Incomplete, intended for Damon Dunn.
Not as big as, if you look at Tommy's stats for the afternoon, 164 yards this evening, rather. No mistakes, mistake-free football.
Huddle, here we go.
And I think the key, Mike, was they established a rushing game, too. They got a good running game tonight going. And that's opened up the passing even more for them.
Scotty Milanovic bearing a slight resemblance to a guy who used to play here a little bit, Jim Plunkett.
Not nearly as motion on the line.
We've been good all day.
A guy who's coveted by just about every other XFL team in the league. You wonder about a team like Chicago in the early season that was trying to find a quarterback between Kevin McDougal and Tim Lester, and this guy was sitting on the bench here.
Well, these are the two teams with the best quarterback depth in the XFL. Because Pat Barnes, who sits behind Mike Pawlawski, is a pretty capable reserve guy himself.
7 yards. Texas.
Orlando happy to have Brian Kuklik to replace Jeff Brom.
Yeah.
And remember, Jim Druckenmiller wasn't even the starter on opening day in Memphis.
All right. Go.
He's a guy who's had a big year.
44.
3rd and 5 for Milanovic in the extreme. Laterio Rashaan, the man in 4. Oh, look out. Milo got smoked. Pass is incomplete.
A few more hits like that, and Maddox will be back in.
Oh, my goodness. That seat on the bench might look pretty good after more of this.
I don't know. I think he'd rather take the shot and be out there playing finally. Whoa.
Dave Thomas, the hamburger magnate, came in and just crushed him.
Jesse, I think you're right. He's probably loving every second.
Absolutely.
That felt great. You know? God, that felt great.
You bet.
My goodness. All right, Noel Prefontaine is on to punt. We haven't seen a lot of Noel Prefontaine in the punting formation tonight, and that's good news for Al Luganville.
Look at this here. We're going to fake it. Did you see that?
Ran out of time.
Oh, man.
Wow. Now, what in the heck are they thinking of out there?
What are you guys doing?
Look at him. Even Al Luganville's going,
what are you doing, Coach?
What the hell are you doing, Coach?
Be ready for it. No, I told him not to do. I said punt it.
Wow, that's made Al Luganville upset. That can be seen on a 24-0 night in the third quarter. It's a bit of a show-up.
I think he's lucky that they had to delay a game there because it didn't look like it was going to work.
Wow.
What we had there was a failure to communicate.
Me.
This is Kevin Casebeharn.
Got a flag.
Short punt and a flag on the play. Well, if things hold up as such and Los Angeles wins this one, next week you'll see San Francisco at Orlando. They played one another before, and in week 2, Orlando said hello to Mike Pawlawski and company, winning that head-to-head matchup. It was a 26-14 Orlando score. That game was a little closer than the score indicates. Orlando ran up a couple of touchdowns late in the fourth quarter to open up breathing room. Going to be a good matchup next week in Orlando if that's the scenario that we'll see. 24-0 extreme.
Reversal of fortunes to change that.
You bet. Mike Pawlawski still out there at quarterback. Another guy holding us.
Oh, we got a flag. I think we're going to get a late hit on that out of bounds, too.
Jimmy Cunningham made the catch. Boy,
I wonder if that guy is as tough as last week's Rachel. Remember Rachel? Oh, yeah. It's like, excuse me. The hat.
He's okay.
Yeah.
What are those big things, magnets or something?
I'll tell you what.
The things are holding to magnetic discs.
Oh, that's the second week in a row.
You know what? That is combat duty down there. Those gals holding those big sound dishes are just getting smoked.
Let's hand one of those to Grogan.
We're not going to be able to find anybody to do that job in the playoffs.
And just like Rachel a week ago, she gets up, dusts herself off, and says, give me that thing. I'm not done yet.
Gamers.
Anything to be the hit of the week.
Blue 90. Blue 90.
2nd and 8 for Pawlawski out of the shotgun. That one's incomplete. San Francisco offense just sputtering along here tonight.
On the ball.
Same thing.
If this score holds up and Los Angeles wins tonight, Sunday night on UPN, this is the matchup. It'll be either New York or Chicago here in LA. Pawlawski into the corner, and that one's picked off. Reggie Durden.
And Pawlawski is just not throwing the ball well at all, Mike. He's had about 4 or 5 passes that have not been very good.
Jesse, he is really struggling. His motion's a little off. He has to wind up to throw the football. I'm wondering if the wind on the field down there has been a factor at all. And he's making poor choices, too.
And I think he's telegraphing it a lot. It's easy for the defensive backs to read off him tonight.
Go for the end zone.
Doesn't look off
Mike Pawlawski.
Joe. I had him in the fucking back of the end zone if I could throw it.
Mike Pawlawski had thrown only 4 interceptions all year long. 2 of them tonight.
Where's trash?
Hollywood versus Silicon Valley, Dodgers Giants, Extreme versus Demons. It's all LA tonight.
Keep it up!
Well, that's a little bit of a taste of what the San Francisco Demons will have in store for them next week should they go on to lose this one tonight. Certainly no urgency with starting quarterback Tommy Maddox chatting away with the defensive back there. What's that all about?
How about a Trojan and a Bruin talking to him?
Yeah, separate those guys. That ain't cool. Rashaan Shehee up the middle.
They give you a hotel room for a whole week. That's perfect. Actually, they give you a hotel for a week, the 3 nights of the tournament, and they give you another room.
Oh, please! You're talking about a golf gig.
Is that typical? Is that just typical? You know what, man? You're a pro athlete. That is a cushy life when you make a little dough. Go around on the golf tour.
45, heavy bag, go! 45, hot!
Tommy Maddox has earned that right tonight to talk about golf vacations.
It's a first down as Rashaan Shehee rushes forward.
You're coming right now. What's up, Tyra? Love you, baby. LA style, baby. Man right here, look QB.
What's up?
You're on camera, Dave. Talk to us, Dave Ritchie. Come on, Biggin. Plug the excavation company or something, brother. Say something for us.
Got a chance for a free plug, too.
Real satisfied looks all over the Los Angeles bench. They have done a fine job tonight. Scott Milanovic trying to take him the rest of the way on the ground. This is Rashaan Shehee once again.
Quietly, Shehee having a solid night in place of the injured Saladin McCullough.
Well, again, Mike, what we talked about earlier, that offensive line of Los Angeles has just totally dominated the San Francisco defensive line.
Well, Big Daddy number 69, Jerry Kraft, said last week he was embarrassed. He said, you think we played badass Tommy Maddox? He had people in his face all night. We were ashamed of ourselves. We're going to make amends for it. Trust me. They have tonight. Big Daddy.
Money.
Interesting stat. They actually have more rushing yardage than passing yardage tonight.
And this from a team that was last in the league in rushing. Well, here's what the XFL playoff situation will look like with a Los Angeles victory. Next Sunday in LA, LA will host New York or Chicago pending play tomorrow, and we'll talk about that in just a moment. Also, the other divisional game will feature San Francisco flying to the East Coast, that travel day, that long 3,000-mile trek. They'll have to take on Orlando at the Citrus Bowl, where they're undefeated. And not only are the Rage undefeated at home, they're beating their opponents by an average of 2 touchdowns a game. That's going to be tough duty for San Francisco tomorrow, especially coming off of this one. Next week, rather.
That's not a good sign either. Maybe their best defensive lineman, Jermaine Miles, being taken out of the game. Jim Skipper, boy, he talked to him last night, so enthusiastic about his squad. talked about them bringing the heat and having nothing to lose. They played just the opposite.
Go. 44. 44.
Shehee once again. Dancing around the outside. A few yards out there as Greg Williams knocks him out of bounds. We talked about what a tough task that's going to be for San Francisco in Orlando next week, guys. What does this Demons team have to do to beat the favorite in the East?
Well, I think what they got to do offensively is stop the mistakes. Tonight they've gotten down into the red zone. They've gotten 2 intercepted passes when they've been there. And their defense has to get inspired. Their defense is not playing good football tonight. They got to pick it up, especially against the Orlando Rage offense.
Jim Skipper likens him, says his greatest trait is as motivated. He needs to motivate these guys. They're missing the emotional component tonight. They have not brought that at all.
The wideout is moving now.
You can have all the creative X's and O's you want, but if you don't play this game with passion, you've got no shot at all.
Which Los Angeles proved last week.
Well, Al Luganville and the Xtreme came up with a rushing game tonight. That is their best of the season.
I'll take care of you.
It's at 192 yards and counting, and they could not have picked a better week to come up with a big rushing night.
You know, the Orlando Rage also rotate 3 running backs. If San Francisco can't stop a team that primarily passes, and the way Los Angeles has rushed the ball tonight, they could be in big trouble against the Rage next week.
Milo running for his life. Hangs it up and throws it away. 4 minutes left in the third quarter at Las Vegas. And Memphis still on top at Sanborn Stadium.
Okay.
Working on the ankle of Jermaine Miles.
Pushing kind of hard though, man. How you doing? What happened?
There's Noel Prefontaine out to punt. It's a live ball at the 47-yard line. Jimmy the Jet Cunningham back to receive. Low snap. Prefontaine gets it away. Cunningham begins the return at his own 38. Gets it to the 41 before being dropped. LA are rolling tonight over their regional rivals. We'll be right back. Scott Milanovic mopping up for Tommy Maddox tonight's been all Los Angeles here at home. Coliseum hosting its final regular season game on the XFL schedule. There will be more football played here next week. No gain on the hand up the middle. We've got more Week 10 action coming up tomorrow. Tomorrow, the final playoff spot in the XFL's Eastern Division will be determined on the final day of the regular season. First up at 4 Eastern on TNN, the Hitmen play the Bolts in a must-win game to keep their playoff hopes alive. Then at 7 Eastern on UPN, the Chicago Enforcers have won 4 of their last 5. They've got a right to control their own fate. If they win, they're in as they face the Eastern Division champion Rage. Kelvin Anderson, a gain of 4.
You know what's interesting, too? Chicago started the season off 0-4, so it's just remarkable that they can win tomorrow and be in the playoffs. Heck of a comeback for them.
Meanwhile, some concern on the San Francisco side. Jermaine Miles,
34 Henry.
He's in the cart going into the locker room. They're going to check out the leg. That's a guy they don't want to be without next week. Mike Pawlawski still out there leading the charge. Buying some time, takes a vicious hit. Is complete. He gets the pass away, but really paid the price. Travis Moore made the catch.
Geronimo. Gunner.
And it has been a struggle tonight for San Francisco, primarily because of the line play by the Los Angeles Xtreme. Here's my card. Here's my excavation card. I do landslides and quarterback sacks.
That's going to be close. It depends where they spot it. They've gotten away with that sneak twice earlier tonight, but LA was waiting on that one.
Pawlawski gets his bell rung, and then they call his number on the next play to sneak ahead for the first down.
Yeah, we'll have to drop him if you don't.
Guy is a flat-out gamer.
We got a big measurement here.
Yeah, I know. 28.
Those folks are making their playoff plans here in Los Angeles. The Xtreme will host either Chicago or New York next week in the first round of the playoffs.
Short.
Wow. Short by about a centimeter.
I'm surprised Jim Skipper keeping Pawlawski in the game at this point.
Well, I think he's doing it trying to get an offense in sync before next week.
Frustrating night for San Francisco. A lot of fun for the Xtreme. We'll be right back. 8:51 left in the fourth quarter. And all Los Angeles tonight.
Girls, call your agent. 45. You can do better than that. 45. On a cold night in Los Angeles.
I'm an actress. I don't really wait tables for a living. I'm an actress. Well, the playoff picture has been clarified to a point with this one tonight. There is still the question of who the LA Xtreme will host. And the only scenario resulting from tomorrow's play that will find New York in the playoffs is if New York wins and Chicago loses. Any other combination, and it's Chicago. If both teams lose, Chicago goes. If both teams win, Chicago goes.
I'll tell you, if Chicago wins, they're a team that is deceptively good. I wouldn't want to play them.
Completely different since Kevin McDougal took over at quarterback, and a team that gets the rage tomorrow at Soldier Field, where the fans are very vocal about their club and have fallen in love with this team and the resurgence.
And not only that, but they'll know the results of the New York game.
Here we go. Here we go. King's right, 43 Baker on one-on-one, right? That's you bubbling. 43. That's you, LT. Go.
The Orlando Rage 44. Guys are sitting around at home tonight. No doubt watching this one on the telly. That pass incomplete. And sizing up San Francisco as an opponent next week at home. They met in week 2. Mike Pawlawski threw 52 passes in that game. Orlando's actually watching tonight in Chicago. They're sitting around a hotel someplace tuned in. Getting ready to take on the Enforcers at Soldier Field tomorrow.
Job Galen Hall is done with that Orlando Rage team, and they haven't missed a beat even though Jeff Braun went down. Brian Cooklick has come in at quarterback for Orlando and done quite a job.
Prefontaine's punt. Return to the 23. We'll continue to talk about the playoff race in the XFL as we continue. We'll be right back.
One Z middle captains on one, right?
A change at quarterback. As you can see, Pat Barnes is replacing fellow Cal Berkeley and Mike Pawlawski.
Green 98! Green 98!
Barnes has thrown 3 TD passes this year in 4 games. Gets one away and complete to Brian Roberson.
Holding.
A gain of 12, but a flag on the play.
I've got roughing the passer on number 90, and you've got hold on 79, so we're just going to offset them. Replay, yeah.
Come on, man. Well, you thought you did.
Holding, number 79, personal foul, roughing the passer, number 90. They offset, replay first down.
You know, as confident and able-bodied as Mike Pawlawski is a quarterback, Pat Barnes is that, and maybe a little more
165 jitting that flat on one, right?
A little more upfront about it.
Chicago.
I don't know that I've heard a quarterback talk as much in this league to defensive backs, defensive ends, nose tackles as Pat Barnes will.
95.
Fun to watch. Play action. Barnes down the middle of the field and complete to James Hunden. Hunden across the 50. Hunden still rolling and finally taken out of bounds at the 40-yard line.
Mike, one of those nights where obviously a whole lot didn't go right, but I guess better to happen tonight than next week.
Yeah, I would obviously be worse next week, but you never want to have a night like this. Just a bad night all around. Mistakes everywhere, and we couldn't execute.
Week 2 versus Orlando, you threw the ball 52 times. I'm assuming you don't want to have to do that again next week.
Yeah, I'd rather not, but whatever it takes to win, you know, we have to go down there and be ready for it.
Coach talked with you right afterwards. What did he say to you?
Just that we didn't get it done. We have to look forward to getting it done next week.
Barnes scrambling around for his life, and he throws it out of bounds.
Mike, one more question for you. What do you have to do differently next week versus Orlando?
Oh, you can't make any mistakes. It's going to be playoff football now. You know, almost here, the last game of the season. If you make mistakes in the playoffs, it'll kill you.
Was there one problem that stood out more than others tonight?
No, I think they were all bad.
And the 5-0 mark versus Tommy Maddox has obviously gone by the wayside.
Yeah, clearly.
Stick on board, right?
You know, I would add to that San Francisco's just got to run the ball next week. They've struggled to find a running game really all year. Only 44 yards on the ground tonight. Barnes over the middle, complete to Hunden once again, a small gain.
That's the route, right? Okay.
Here we go.
Hey,
give me real left. Give me a bad on 154 bad.
Here we go. Trio left. Trio left. Panama 164 bad. On one. Ready?
You know, a lot of the San Francisco players that we spoke to yesterday expressed a desire to win this thing today and bring a playoff game home to San Francisco because the Demon fans have been among the best and most vocal in the league. They're going to have to do it on the road next week, however, and Barnes goes down.
Pac Bell Park, a sellout every time the Demons play there this year. They thought that was going to be enough incentive to get them through this game tonight. Obviously, Los Angeles had other ideas.
Let's go, Jimmy.
Well, this is as a complete game I've seen out of LA on both sides of the football.
Couldn't have worked more perfectly for Al Luganville. He's getting his backup, Scott Milanovic, some quality time now, even in mop-up duty. But should anything happen to Tommy Maddox, he knows that Scott can do the job.
Pass is deflected, intended for Travis Moore. You know, prop up the LA defense tonight,
Absolutely.
guys. As deep as San Francisco has been, the LA 21, they haven't even come close. 24-zip LA. We'll be right back.
I can't hear you.
With head coach Jim Skipper. Coach, would shell-shocked be, I guess, the best word to describe this tonight?
You know, we couldn't stop these guys with a stop sign. I mean, they just ran up and down the field on us and kicked our butts, you know, and hopefully we get another shot at these guys, you know. I mean, football's so fun, it's up, down, you know, but they got the best of us. Hey, my hat's off to them. They whooped our tails.
Next week you head south to Orlando. What things do you have to do differently and obviously a lot better in order to come out on top in that one?
Well, we got to do one thing, play better football. That's what we got to do. I mean, you can do all the schemes you want to do. It comes down to tackling, covering people, and playing good football.
This is probably a very deflating loss for your team. What do you have to do to motivate them, to get them up for next week?
Well, I would hope that the playoffs ought to do that, you know. But we've been rebounding all year, so we just got to suck it up and get going again. I mean, you know, I still got faith in these guys. We just got our butts tore up.
Josh Wilcox has checked into the game for Los Angeles.
You know, it's amazing when you listen to a Jim Skipper or an Al Luganville. Al had this problem last week. As long as they have been in this game, they still cannot get inside the minds of a player. You just never know what these guys are thinking.
You can coach all you want, but the players got to play.
Do you think he rushed?
Yeah, Coach Lugie's finally stopped acting like the LA Xtreme trail.
Look at him smiling.
45.
This is Josh Wilcox again. A gain of 3 on the ground. Now, at this point, everybody getting a rotation. Frank Leatherwood has checked in at the H-back spot. Tommy Maddox has been done after 3 quarters. And moments ago, Jermaine Copeland started the celebrating a little early. Next stop, the Rockettes.
You know, he's dancing with the Xtreme cheerleaders because he's missing his partner, Darnell McDonald. Said he wasn't going to dance again until D-Mac came back.
44. 44.
He's got better-looking partner this week.
Milo up top. Overthrown. You know, if San Francisco and LA do meet one another again, and it's possible if both of them win their playoff game next weekend, that's the scenario we'll have. That dance is the kind of thing that every San Francisco defender will remember.
You know, but it's the kind of thing you don't want to take that away from Jermaine. There are some guys who talk smack, and it actually helps their game, not a hinders
it. And Matt, they may remember it, but can they do anything about it?
That's the question, you bet. He talks the talk, but he walks the walk just as well. Noel Prefontaine's punt, received by Jimmy Cunningham, starts the return at his 9. There goes Jimmy the Jet up the middle, tackled at the 29-yard line. Ron Carpenter made the stop for Los Angeles. Uh-oh.
Oh, yeah.
Heads up, Coach Loogie.
Here we go.
I just wanted to apologize. What for? For winning 24-0, you owe me nothing. You know.
Come on.
Get over here.
Goddamn driver. No, please. You had your one shot. Nice job,
Horrible execution of the Gatorade film.
And that's the only thing they've done horrible tonight. Dumping the Gatorade.
Barnes' pass is knocked down by Dave Ritchie.
They're going to have to work on that next week if they win.
Let's take a look at that again. Let's break it down. Where did it go wrong here, Jesse?
Well, he saw it on the Tron. He saw it on the Tron, and Heimbach, number 53 to center.
You got to hold him.
Exactly. An offensive lineman know how to do
And if
that.
there's one thing a lineman ought to be able to know how to do is hold.
What are you doing? Using me as the... What are you doing? Using me as the human shield? You moved pretty quickly there. I'm surprised you didn't pull a muscle.
Yeah.
Oh, Rogie. Fred had to do the dirty work.
Yeah.
And we lost more sound equipment.
And look out, Los Angeles. On KNBC, you're going to see it this until you drop. Rogan's heroes.
That was great. Good job, Coach.
Everybody got hit in that one. Watch the gal holding the mic dish. Everybody got hit here.
Yeah.
Elbow to the back of the head.
Nice job, man.
Good job, Coach.
Hell of a job, Tommy. Nice job. I know who you are.
Well, they are about to become the inaugural XFL Western Conference champions.
Hand off to Terry Battle. He scurries around the outside. That's good for a San Francisco first down, a flag on the play. So tomorrow, XFL action to determine and finalize the playoff situation at 4 Eastern on TNN, New York at Birmingham, and then at 7 Eastern on UPN, Orlando at Chicago. And the only way New York goes to the playoffs is if they beat the Bolts and Chicago loses. Be a lot of scoreboard watching around the XFL tomorrow. Terry Battle on the run.
Time out.
And they finally got their rushing game going with 2 minutes to go.
You know, when we talk about Chicago, this was something you and I were talking about earlier, Mike, and Jesse, we all talked about this, the fact that the Enforcers have had the Burger King Offensive and Defensive Player of the Week for the last 2 weeks. That tells you how good this team's going of late.
I wouldn't want to face Chicago if they win tomorrow, because with John Avery, and if he's healthy, he's dangerous.
And if he's not healthy, LaShawn Johnson has proved that he can get the job done. And what we saw last week against New York, New Jersey, was that if something happens to Kevin McDougal, their backup, Craig Wellahan, can do the job as well.
That's a two-headed monster at running back now in Chicago for Ron Meyer.
We heard what you said last week about it's going to be easy. Was it that easy, baby? Was it that easy?
Rico Mack. Tickets are on sale for next week's playoff games, by the way.
You take care of that, Matt. You're the best at it.
Little screen pass to Brandon Young. That'll be San Francisco at Orlando next Saturday night at the Citrus Bowl, where the Rage are undefeated. We talk about big crowds in San Francisco. Orlando fans have represented well. And then Easter Sunday here in Los Angeles.
And it's like a great old wrestling announcer, Marty O'Neill, used to say, run, don't walk. Get those tickets.
pass complete to the 10 to James Hunden. But Easter Sunday here in LA, either New York or Chicago to visit the Xtreme, an unenviable playoff life, considering how well LA has played tonight.
Let's go back to week 2. If it is Chicago, the Enforcers came here, led the Xtreme 25-12 before succumbing to a Tommy Maddox rally.
He's got it. I know Hunter's got it in him. He's got it. He's got it in him.
Well, this is the picture once again. We'll be in Orlando next weekend. A Saturday night start to bring you San Francisco at Orlando. UPN will carry the other playoff game on Easter Sunday. It's here in LA, either New York or Chicago, to try and handle this extremely good offense.
And defense after tonight. Can they hold the shutout here, though, guys? A little pride on the line with a minute to go.
OG, backside, Dallas. 34 protection on one, right? Dallas, slant.
I still can't get over Chicago 0-4. And with a chance to control their own destiny if they win tomorrow, they go to the playoffs. What a great story. What a great turnaround by Ron Meyer. Barnes hangs it into the corner. Does Hunden have it in him, as he thought? Apparently not, as Clifton Abraham knocks it away from him.
Pat Barnes, who played his college football for Steve Mariucci at Cal.
Scat. Quick 51 Dallas, backs flat on one, right? Quick 51 Dallas. Play now.
This is the first time that San Francisco has been inside the LA 20. My goodness.
That's dominance.
Barnes gets hit as he releases. Incomplete. Just over 3 minutes left at Sam Boyd, and that's the same score we had at halftime. Memphis by 13.
Red left gun, give me 70 OG Z Cobra.
There we go. Red left, 70 OG X corner on one, right?
LA was the early season odds favorite.
Go!
Vegas bookies had him at 5-2 to win the whole thing. Orlando was next at 3-1. LA got off to a rough start. Barnes has all kinds of time. This is, come on, somebody get him.
He's still loose, coming back the other way. Picks up a block.
That'd be the longest pass play we've ever seen. And it ends in an incompletion and a flag. I remember, Jesse, your line after the first week of play saying that if this is the best team in the XFL, then we're in for some trouble when LA lost its first game. After that loss, LA has established itself certainly as the class of the West. And all things point to them being very strong in the postseason.
And it's in direct proportion with the maturation of and comfort level that Tommy Maddox has been able to achieve. Jesse's XFL Player of the Year.
Wait a minute now, Mike.
Listen.
Maturation?
Yeah, him growing up a little bit.
If we
growing
get the
into
ball
the position.
back and they take a knee, they...
Hey, it's fourth quarter. It's
Matt, is that a real word?
Stupid.
Maturation?
Yeah.
Northwestern guys. You know.
Smash.
Regardless of what happens on the field, Jermaine Copeland's not too concerned. We saw him signing autographs moments ago. Is that a fine with 31 seconds left? He loves this stuff. He absolutely loves the attention, the love from the fans. He's a lot of fun.
And this is great, too.
Yeah, please believe it, man.
Well, it's nice to see a guy take time out like that and go show the appreciation to the fans and come out on what is a cold night in Los Angeles.
Well, Jermaine Copeland is a football player, but more than that, I think he's an entertainer deep down inside. He likes entertaining the fans with his style of football, with the way he plays the game, and he's been good for the league.
Remember talking to him during minicamp, and he said he couldn't wait to get to L.A. He loves the lights. He loves the Hollywood, the showbiz stuff. He's pals with Will Smith, hangs out with the Fresh Prince.
Played his college football in Tennessee, was only slightly disappointed that he wasn't selected by Memphis. He's found a home here in Los Angeles, and tonight he found a home in that San Francisco Demons secondary. They couldn't stop him, Matt.
9 receptions, 99 yards for Jermaine Copeland, author of the X Spot.
That's a good-looking do-rag, too. I used to wear those, you know, Matt, all the time. There was a day I wore those.
I saw you on the Larry King show. They had some flashbacks to your days of yore.
Miami.
Yeah, you said Chico's bail bonds on the top of it. Look out for the horns. Gathered in, if you will, by Jeff Russell.
And this kid has done a great job tonight. He's been playing like a monster, man. He's really a defensive back. They had him as a linebacker, but in their pass coverage schemes tonight, he was a vital cog. Exceptional night for Jeff Russell.
Good job, baby. Round 19.
Here comes Russell from that right linebacker spot. Nobody touches him. And I'll tell you, when you come from the blind side like that as a defensive player, you're chomping your...
Oh, salivating.
Oh, totally.
Maturating.
Maturating, that's right. You're maturating as you're heading in there to make that tackle. I think he's going to take a knee here.
44.
Well, they stumbled last week and perhaps gave Al Luganville a little cause to pause, but L.A. has flat-out dominated tonight.
Al, congratulations on winning the Western Division.
Yeah, it's something you get an opportunity at, and then to succeed, it's a great feeling, great feeling. I just can't say enough about these guys. We didn't play well a week ago. They came back, brought their A game tonight.
Now, I know you're going to tell me it doesn't matter, but I'm going to ask you anyway. Who do you want to play next week, Chicago or New York? Who do you match up with?
It doesn't. I think we match up well with both. You know, the team we don't match up with for whatever reason is Memphis, and they're in our own division. They're not going, so I don't. Right now, Chicago may be playing the best football in the league, and obviously we'd rather play somebody else if they're not playing as good. So. I don't know. I'm just glad to be there.
I know that you're not looking 2 weeks down the road, but what about Orlando? You've beaten Orlando already. The Raid's the #1 seed in the playoffs. Is anyone looking down the road at Orlando?
I would hope not, because if they do, the only thing they'll see of Orlando is on TV.
Coach, I appreciate your time, and next week you've got the Eastern Division second place club. Good luck.
Thank you.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Coach Al Luganville.
Thanks, Tom.
Well, congratulations to Coach Al Luganville and the LA Xtreme for winning the Western Division. Mike Pawlawski's Demons are still involved in the postseason. Not time to pack it up quite yet.
Tommy, last week the team struggled, obviously didn't play well. Tonight was a different ball game. Was this team on a mission tonight?
Well, I think so. I think it was important for us to come back after last week and play well. You know, we knew we were in the playoffs, but you want to go in on a high note. And last week, you know, we just kind of had a letdown. But we came out, played hard tonight. Offensive line played great tonight. So they really controlled the line of scrimmage. We were able to move the ball. And now we just got to go in the playoffs and win 2 in a row.
From an offensive standpoint, you will either see Chicago or New York next week. Who do you match up better against?
You know, I don't know. Both of them defensively are very talented. Their up front people are very talented. So we just got to wait and see who we're going to get. It's hard to say because they kind of play a similar style. I think whoever's in here, we're just going to have to match up against them and go out there and play as hard as we can. Momentum is critical at this point in the season as you enter the playoffs. After a victory like the one tonight, does this team now have the momentum necessary? Well, it was a good start to it. You know, I think we got to come out next week and continue to start strong and get up on whoever we're going to play. And you know, I would say we have more momentum than we had last week.
Tommy, thanks very much.
All right, thank you.
Tommy Maddox and the Xtreme make a statement with a 24-0 shutout win to win the division tonight. We'll be right back. The Los Angeles Xtreme has shut out the San Francisco Demons at the LA Coliseum tonight. They have won the first ever Western Division title in the XFL, a 7-3 finish for Los Angeles, the odds-on favorite to win it all in the XFL's inaugural season. San Francisco, by virtue of a 5-5 finish, they claim the wild card spot as they will continue their playoff quest tomorrow. They'll sit around and do some scoreboard watching, as everybody will. San Francisco knows, however, that they will be going to Orlando. Los Angeles waits for an opponent.
That's right, baby. The Fat Boys won it.
The Fat Boys won it on both sides of the football for Los Angeles.
If Chicago wins tomorrow, they come to L.A.
Atlanta, beautiful people. You gotta love it. What's up, baby?
If New York wins and Chicago loses, it'll be the Hitmen that come to Los Angeles next week. This is a look at the playoff picture. Next week, next Saturday, we'll be in Orlando to bring you the Demons and the Rage. On UPN on Easter Sunday, it'll be either New York or Chicago here in Los Angeles.
Rico Mack.
No champagne celebrations, but plenty of smiles in the Los Angeles locker room, Jesse.
Well, the nice thing is for them, they got that home field advantage. They don't have to travel 3,000 miles next week, and you got to enjoy that.
Don't forget the XFL playoffs kick off next Saturday at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific on NBC. You'll see the Demons take on the Orlando Rage in the playoffs next week. Tonight, following your late local news, it's Saturday Night Live, starring actor Alec Baldwin, making what, his 9th or 10th appearance. For Jesse Ventura, Mike Adams.
Who's the musical guest?
Fred Rogan. Oh, it's Coldplay. And Chris Raggy. This is Matt Vasgersian. See you next.